Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the October 15th Committee of the Whole meeting. Reeve Hall, Councillor Chamzik, and Councillor Capitania call send their regrets. They're unable to join us in person today due to other appointments and scheduling conflicts. So we will call the meeting to order at 9:31. We acknowledge Athabasca County is located on First Nations territory. We respect and honor all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples connected to these lands, their history, language, and culture. First item on our agenda this morning is the approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions? Seeing none, can we get a motion to approve the agenda? Councillor Mins. Sorry, Councillor Holland, you were just a tad slow. We'll call the question. All in favor? Motion carried 5-1, 5-0. Next item is the approval of the minutes from our September 17th Committee of the Whole meeting. I did note one minor correction for resolution 24-150. It currently reads motioned carried. Got that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that during the agenda review. Are there any other amendments required to the minutes? Seeing none, can we get a motion to approve the minutes as amended? Councillor Wallach. Call the question, all in favor? Motion carried 5-0. Next item on the agenda is the CAO update. This is on page 8 of your agenda package. Did anybody have any questions for the CAO pertaining to this update? Councillor Mintz. No? Okay. Wonderful. Can we get a motion to accept the CAO update, receive it as information? Councillor Holland. Call the question, all in favor? Motion carried 5-0. Next item is the department updates on page 9 of your agenda package. We will begin with the Director of Community and Protective Services update. Are there any questions for the director? I did have one pertaining to the Caslin Fire Hall. Somebody contacted me over the weekend saying that it had been broken into again last week. How many times has that building been broken into in the last year?
I believe it's 3,
Right.
but we are, working on solutions, and the alarm did go off, and we feel that it spooked the perps, and didn't find that there was much missing other than the damage that was done to the door. So it's a work in progress, I guess.
Is this a common issue with our fire halls?
Um,
Or is it just that Caslin is
Chair.
kind of,
Probably not productive for us to publicly talk about our security issues at
Okay.
any spaces, so we'd be happy to discuss more in closed session.
wonderful. Thank you. Councillor Wallach.
I just wanted to commend the team for the economic development, or sorry, the tourism website. Looks much better than the old one, so good job.
Any further questions for the director? Councillor
I
Mintz.
just got one on page 13. Does our CPOs hand out like I guess way it sounds is good tickets, like somebody's doing something good, do they wander around and hand out kind of like I don't know, I call them good tickets, where they actually come forward and say, hey, great job and whatever you're doing, or especially to young kids or something like that, right?
Certainly they have discussions and do that with kids, and I know one of our CPOs was out at Grassland at an event last week, so they're doing lots of education and
Okay.
Any further questions for the director? Seeing none, let's move on to the Corporate Services Department update on page 19 of your agenda package. Are there any questions for the Director of Corporate Services? Counselor Mintz.
I guess the one question I have is with this Dayforce training and page 19, I guess it would be on. Dayforce system and that, is there a like for cyber attack, and that I know it's getting worse and worse in municipal end and all areas for cyber attacks, and that is, and this is, we're doing more on the web, aren't we, with this? So is there processes in place to stop this, or?
Thank you, Councillor Mintz, for the question. I'll have to check with our payroll coordinator, but I do believe with Dayforce, there are some security measures that are in place, but I will confirm that.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further questions regarding the Corporate Services update? Seeing none. Let's move on to the Infrastructure Services Department update on page 24 of your agenda package. Counselor Mintz.
Jump in here again. Just a couple. Let's go to page 27, wastewater. The damage that happened to the outfall line. Which lagoon was that on?
Through the chair to Councillor Mintz, that was the grassland.
That was a grassland out like farther down the ditch line.
Yes, it had been driven over by heavy agricultural equipment.
Okay,
Thank you.
so, okay. And then I guess it's page 28 talking about phones and that. Have the phones been repaired at Public Works, or is there still only one phone working there?
Through the chair to Councillor Mintz, they all have their own phone lines,
Everybody's back up
Everybody.
and running?
can receive and make phone calls.
Okay, perfect. What was, bridge file out in Division 8. Can't remember the bridge file number, but they're changing that out by Randy Babiaks. Has that road been closed down yet?
My apologies through the chair to Councillor Mintz. I will have to get back to you on that as I don't have the bridge file number list in front of me. So
Yeah.
perhaps after the meeting, you could show me on the map. I'll get the number and we'll be able to provide an update to all of council.
Okay, perfect. It's that Range Road 235 going north of the Hutterites.
Okay.
That would be about enough for me.
Wonderful. Counselor Gerlich. I could.
Yeah, in regards to the snow plowing, and they said there's inspections that are gonna happen. Who does the inspections? Do the grader operators in the area do the inspections of those?
Through the chair to Councillor Gerlach, those will be done by either the Public Works Manager or Public Works Foreman.
Thank you. Any further questions regarding the Infrastructure Department update? Seeing none, can we get a motion to accept the department updates as information? Counselor Welk. Call the question, all in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried 4-1. Next item on our agenda is the counselor updates. Let's start with Counselor Gerlich today. Can you use your microphone, please? Thank you.
Yes, I did attend a local meeting with the fire departments, and I thought it was a very productive meeting that probably resolved a lot of issues, or certainly shows the potential to resolve a lot of issues, and it was very informative, and I think it was a necessary thing, and I think it was well done for starters. Secondly, the Ag Society has completed its uncompensated mowing program of the county property within the hamlet for another year. So that's done. And That's not a whole heck of a lot more.
Thank you. Counselor Mintz.
Yeah, had a great month. I think since the last committee of the whole meeting had, went on an Alice tour, down around, Leduc and Wetaskiwin counties, and just a one-day event, and looked at different projects through Alice, and that it was a great tour. It's nice to get out and look at different farmland and different land altogether. At one point I thought we were gonna hit the mountains at any point in time because we seemed to drive so far, but I was still in Wetaskiwin County. I made sure, where are we? But no, it was a great get together there, and then had a couple of good meetings, one water commission meeting, one waste committee meeting, and yeah, that's about it, other than had a great Thanksgiving, and some great news happened on Thanksgiving Day there. Me and my wife are gonna be grandparents again. So, yeah,
Congratulations.
so that was some great news. So we thought we were done, but we're heading on number 5. So so yeah, nope, that's my month in a quick review.
Thank you and congratulations.
You bet.
Counselor
Thank
Holly.
you.
That's awesome. Awesome news. Thanks very much. It was a busy month as well. I took the time to do a complete Division 5 tour. And just in response mainly to a lot of resident phone calls that I've been receiving. So I took the time to check all of that out. And engaged in quite a few community events. The Truth and Reconciliation Day walk was well attended, and it was a beautiful day to walk through the trails. It was gorgeous. The Run for Life event, exactly the same. It was gorgeous in the trails this fall. So that was amazing as well, and well attended, and congratulations to all those who put those successful events together. And again, as I mentioned, took quite a few resident calls this month. And I would imagine it's, in preparation for winter and all of those things that everybody's having a good look at things. So other than that, it's just been super busy, working with committee work and enjoying it. So thank you.
Thank you. Counselor Wallach.
The doctors committee wrapped up their student tour this end of September. They had a barbecue for them before they left, and the feedback we got from them was awesome. They really enjoyed everything in the area. Spent a lot of time in the county, out on the lakes and trails and quadding and all the things. So they had a great time. So that's good. As the better the reputation we have in the medical student field, the better for the future. We attended the Alberta Hub meeting, so I passed out 2 maps. So the one with the red, the commodities flow, it says 2022, but it's actually from 2016. So it's kind of old data, but it shows kind of where all the commodities are flowing in Alberta. So we have a lot through our county. And then the other one is the economic corridors that the provincial government has identified. They also talked a lot about getting our name out there as smaller communities, and telling people what we do for the good that we do. Cold Lake, City of Cold Lake, they put out around 7 press releases a week. Just sometimes they catch national news. They caught national news on their skunk trapping program. So they just said, like, the more the good that they can put out and what they're doing, the more people know. And same with Alberta Hub, just if there's an economic development possibility or something that good in economic developments, to reference Alberta Hub as they're behind the scenes on a lot of things here. So attended the Pembina meeting, and just a few road complaints about washboard with the new gravel down, but other than that, it's been good.
Thank you. I've spent a lot of time in the last month focusing on multiplex strat planning. We've had one session with the consultant, and we have another one coming up this Thursday, and then a meeting next Monday. So trying to get the strat plan done as much as possible to incorporate it into the budget there and the long-term planning. Especially when we look at the capital planning, we looked at our asset management plan, the beginnings of the asset management plan at the last multiplex meeting, and it's extremely eye-opening how much maintenance and repairs and whatnot is required of a building that age and that size. And we want to make sure that it's available for the community for the long term. So just really working on making sure that some decisions are being made when they need to be made so that we can access as much grant funding as possible and make sure that our municipal partners are in the know. Also attended the Pembina Zone meeting. I keep getting compliments on how great our presenters are at that Pembina Zone meeting, and I'd like to thank Miss Plurd for all of her help organizing those and making sure that those meetings run smoothly. And also was interviewed for the Health and Safety Core Audit. Wonderful to be included in that process, I guess. And then just agenda review and different items preparing for the fall RMA convention, which is coming up far too fast. Thank you very much. Councillor Gerlich, you wanted to make a motion to accept the councillor updates as information? Thank you. We'll call the question. All in favor? Opposed? Huh? You're opposed? Okay. The motion carries 4-1. Next item on our agenda is policy 5510, development enforcement, on page 30 of your agenda packet. Councillor Holland, you asked for this policy to be sent to committee for discussion.
I did,
Did you
and
have?
I would love to have had all of my notes. Unfortunately, I forgot them. So they're sitting on my desk, and I apologize, and wondering if it would be okay with council unless anyone else has anything to add to table this to the next meeting.
Were there any portions that you thought administration would have to come back for with more data for the next time, or?
It's more of a combination of, instead of just development enforcement, it would be bylaw enforcement. So it would be a combination of bringing those two policies together, and then just updating some of the language, as well as adopting maybe possibly some of the other suggestions from different policies that the province has, or municipalities across the province has. So again, that's quite extensive in the notes, and I can forward those if that's helpful. And I apologize.
So you're making a motion to table this to next committee of the whole meeting?
Mhm.
Okay. There's no discussion on tabling motions. On the adoption of the motion to table this to the next committee of the whole meeting, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried 3-2. It would now be in order to accept a motion to enter closed session. Councillor Gerlich?
I just bring up one point that I forgot to add to the agenda. Just going past Colton Corner, I'm just wondering, what a mess. Like, is there anything that can be done to deal with? Like, the guy started demolishing that building. That's all, that scrap pile is piled up there, and in front of the motel units, it's just awful. It does not look very good.
CEO back.
Yeah, we'd be happy to provide a report back to council.
Good, thanks.
Thank you. Councillor Wallach, you made a motion to go into closed session at 9:50. Call the question. All in favor? Opposed?
Aye.
That motion carries.